First, persons who have who want to exchange the old notes of a value not exceeding 1 million, they can do that in their own bank. So you can go to your own bank and just have the conversion. They'll deal with you as your customer the same way. So that is not changed. I hope we understand each other on that one. So you can go to your bank and it will deal with it. Now, of course, there are a lot of other people that don't have bank accounts. Think of the show I talked about a moment ago. Well, they can take their money to any branch, any bank, or even the central bank and central bank branches. And they will then have their money converted with some, they need to leave their details, ID, and very little confirmation that it's their money and all those other things, nothing beyond that, right? Very little. We understand each other. That for those that, for amounts less than 1 million, you can go to your bank, but if you don't have a bank, then you can go to any banking institution, any branch of a banking institution, and they will assist you in the transaction. That, I think, is clear. The second one is for amounts between 1 million and 5 million, converting that to new bills, new banknotes, you will need to go to your own bank. So you need to go to your own bank. They know you. After all, you are their customer, and they know what line of business you are. So it is an easy sort of transaction. They'll ask the usual questions. You'll sign the usual declarations in terms of the amounts and things like that. But it is no different from actually making a deposit. So from your perspective, it's exactly the same thing, only that you are now getting banknotes as opposed to making a deposit. So that is clear, between 1 million to 5 million. However, we have a few people, traders, that maybe don't have a bank account. These are very few, and have an amount above, let's say, 1 million. And we are talking 1 million in 1,000, in 1,000s, right? Old 1,000s. So they've gotten to that point, and they have more than 1 million in the old banknotes. What will they do? Well, what they need to do is to contact the central bank. They need to contact the central bank. And we will work with them, understand what they're involved in, understand who they are, understand how they make their money, really understand them. And then, after we are done with that, we will endorse and work with them to get their money at their nearest branch, or you may say I'm talking of commercial bank branch, because you can imagine we don't have a place in Moyale or, Kikirok or other place like that. And it is not that we want that customer to come all the way to Nairobi or to Meru or Mombasa. So we can, once we've done that, we will work with that customer and agree on where they would want to get their money, and then we'll just work with that branch, in a sort of a secure way, and say, this person, you can actually provide this amount to them, blah, 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 upon our endorsement. And that then we'll sort ourselves out with the bank later. I think we understand that. So what about exchanging of amounts exceeding 5 million? Actually, that's very simple. All you need to do, if you have amounts above 5 million, is to contact the central bank. And they will deal with you as I have explained a moment ago. And then upon completion of that, endorse the transfer or endorse the conversion in a particular, in your bank, as is easy for you and so forth. The point, though, is that we have looked at the 5 million and wondered, how many people make transactions of cash of more than 5 million or have this? And actually, we've seen there are very few. It's amazing. We probably hear of the few extreme cases, and the extremes are extremes. I think we understand what I'm saying. People with hundreds of millions of cash. There are not that many. And we've looked at the transactions. So think of the transactions that take place that are above 10 million or 5 million. Actually, it's a very small fraction. It's a very small fraction compared to all the other transactions, cash transactions that take place. So we believe it's not such an arduous task. There will be some that have huge volumes, but in terms of numbers, it's not a large set of numbers, or you could say that it is an excessively large set of numbers in terms of people who are in that category. So we believe it will be okay, meaning if we've scaled it at the right level, the transactions will not be onerous for those that have small transactions, the Wanjikos we talked about, the Shoshos, the small trader, the institutions that have, could even think about schools, for instance. Schools have bank accounts. But all this will happen in a straightforward way, in a way that does not cause the chaos that I talked about that maybe we learned from other countries when they did this.